Okay, Torah concept in the New Testament, let no one be ashamed to suffer as a Christian. Okay, so in 1 Peter 4:16, we note this concept of suffering for righteousness and not being ashamed. And this is deeply embedded in the Torah's covenantal and prophetic framework. And for example, suffering with honor for God's name. Exodus 5, chapter 5 and 6, Moshe suffers rejection and hardship from Pharaoh and even his own people, yet God affirms his calling. In Numbers 12, verses 1 through 8, Moshe is vindicated by God when slandered by Miriam and Aaron. God calls him faithful in all my house. And in Deuteronomy 8, verses 2 through 5, Israel's wilderness suffering is framed as divine testing and discipline, not as shame. And we note how suffering is often a sign of divine refinement, not disgrace. Okay, so the next, not being ashamed of covenant identity. Okay, so in Deuteronomy 7, verses 6 through 8, Israel is chosen not because of greatness, but because of God's love and his faithfulness, right? His oath unto them, right? And to Abraham. In Exodus 19, verses 5 through 6, it says, you shall be to me a kingdom of priests and a holy nation. So this identity is to be embraced even amid opposition. And the Torah calls us to bear a distinct identity with boldness, not embarrassment. Okay, the next topic, rejoicing in obedience despite hardships. So in Leviticus 23, festivals like Sukkot commemorate hardship, wilderness wandering, in joy and thanksgiving. Deuteronomy 16, verse 11 to 15 commemorates rejoicing during feasts, even after suffering or toil. And we note how gratitude and joy are covenantal responses, even in affliction. Peter's exhortation to not be ashamed, but glorify God in suffering echoes the Torah's call to embrace covenantal identity, endure hardship with faith, and respond with thanksgiving. The Torah doesn't frame suffering as failure, it frames it as transformation. Remember, this is how Peter in the New Testament taught Torah. The Torah has not passed away.